Dear children, this is Teacher Grace. So happy to see you on our YouTube channel. Let us see what is the Bible teaching us today. One day, long ago, Jesus was teaching people by the sea. Soon, some more people arrived. Then others, then more and more, until there were people everywhere. The people said, "Give me some room. We can't hear but hear. Be quiet. I can't see." The crowd was just too big. No one could see Jesus, and no one could hear Jesus. So Jesus asked his friends, the disciples, to push their boat out onto the water. He sat in the boat, and the huge crowd spread out along the beach. Now they could all see and hear Jesus as he told them all about God. When he finished teaching the people, Jesus said to his friends, "Let's go over to the other side of the sea." Jesus has finished teaching the crowd, and now he had something to teach his friends. But they didn't know it yet. So they all jumped into the boat with him and set sail across the sea. Jesus was so tired. He has been teaching the people all day, so he lay down in the back of the boat and fell fast asleep. Jesus was sleeping. The disciples was quietly talking. Then all of a sudden, they were in the middle of the biggest, the loudest, scariest storm you could imagine. The wind blew hard, the waves grew huge, the water poured into the boat, but Jesus was asleep. The wind blew harder, the waves grew huger, the water filled the boat, but Jesus was still asleep. "Jesus, wake up! Wake up! We are drowning. Don't you care?" What a silly things to say to Jesus. Of course he cared. He loved his friends so much that one day he was going to die for them. Jesus stood up in the boat. The wind was still blowing. The waves was bigger than ever. The water was pouring into the boat quicker than the disciple could tip it out again. The boat sinking. But Jesus did something amazing. He didn't help his friend pull the water off the boat. He didn't help them try to row back to land. Jesus simply spoke. But he didn't speak to the disciples. He spoke to the storm, to the wind, and to the waves. "Quiet. Be still." Just 3 little words, and the storm stopped right away at that very moment. The sea was quiet, still, and calm. Then Jesus looked at his friends. "Why are you so afraid? Do you still not trust me?" But they was terrified, and they asked each other, "Who is this? Even the waves, the wind, do what he says." This is what Jesus wants to teach them. He wants them to know who he really is. The disciples all already knew a lot about God from his special book. They knew that God made everything. He made the world. He made the sun and the moon and the stars. And he made the sea and the wind as well. They knew that only God can tell the sea what to do, that only God can tell the wind when to blow or the waves when to crash. Only God can do these things. The disciples had just seen Jesus do the same things God can do. So what is the answer to their questions? Who is Jesus? Jesus is God. This is amazing story, right? Through the story, we know that Jesus is God. He can do everything. He can do everything that God can do. And through the story, we know that Jesus is always with us. So today, you may draw a picture that Jesus with you wherever you go. May the Lord bless you and be with you.